Am I the asshole for refusing to reconcile and choosing divorce? I, 31 male, have been married to my wife, Emma, 29 female, for 5 years, together for 10. Our relationship has always been solid, filled with love, respect, and great communication. Early on, we discussed infidelity. I made it clear it was a deal breaker for me, and she agreed. Last weekend, Emma visited her sister. On Friday, we had a small argument over chores, so things were a little tense. Saturday night, she went out with friends to a bar. She texted me briefly, and I wished her a good night before going to bed. Sunday morning, I woke up to a missed call from her at 3 a.m. When I called back, no answer. Hours later, she texted, saying she was fine and driving back. She got home in the afternoon, looking distraught. Puffy eyes, no makeup, shaking. When I asked what was wrong, she burst into tears and admitted she'd slept with someone. Adam, 28 million, her friend Rachel's younger brother who's had a long-standing crush on her. I can't describe what I felt, like a switch flipped in my brain. I left the house, driving aimlessly for an hour. When I returned, Emma was curled up on the floor crying. I packed her things and called her best friend Lily to pick her up. She begged me not to kick her out, but I needed space. The next day, I asked her to email me a full account of what happened, warning her that any lies would end all chances of reconciliation. She sent it that night, but I couldn't bring myself to open it. I've been on autopilot since then, working, exercising, sleeping. I contacted a lawyer, separated our finances, and blocked Emma and her friends on social media. Emma left notes asking to meet, but I wasn't sure if it would change anything. Update 1. I decided to meet Emma without reading her email first. She showed up looking awful, tired, shaky, and pale. She tried to hug me, but I stopped her and told her to sit. I recorded the conversation, and she agreed. Emma explained that after drinking with friends, Adam offered to drive everyone home. He dropped off Rachel and Sophie first, then invited Emma into his apartment under the pretense of waiting for her rideshare. She went in and sat on his bed while trying to find a ride. Adam kissed her, she kissed back, and they ended up having sex. She said she regretted it immediately and broke down crying after. She claimed she didn't know why she went inside, why she kissed him back, or why she stayed. I asked why she didn't call her friends for help or leave, but she had no real answer, just tears and apologies. I told her I wasn't sure if I could ever forgive her. I set 3 conditions if reconciliation was even possible. A 1-month separation with no contact. Full disclosure to friends and family about what happened. STD testing for both of us. She agreed, but seemed desperate, even saying she wouldn't blame me if I wasn't faithful during the separation. I ended the conversation there. Update 2, I finally read Emma's email, and it was excruciating. Her account matched what she'd told me but included explicit details of the encounter, which I'll never unsee. She also admitted to sporadic, seemingly innocent texts with Adam over the years. A mutual friend confirmed that Emma had once invited Adam for coffee, claiming it was a coincidence. The betrayal feels bigger than that one night. It feels like years of small lies and blurred boundaries. Update 3. Emma came to the house to pick up some work items but overstayed her welcome. When I got back, she'd cleaned, cooked dinner, and was wearing a dress I loved. She begged to talk, and against my better judgment, I agreed. The conversation started with her apologizing and claiming she'd taken all the steps I'd asked. Full disclosure, STD testing, and staying faithful. But then it took a bizarre turn. She asked if I'd slept with anyone else, saying she'd understand if I had. She then offered to do anything to save the marriage, including threesomes, an open relationship, or finding partners for me. At one point, she tried to seduce me, pulling up her dress and getting into a position she knew I liked. For a moment, my body reacted, but then the memory of her email hit me, and I started laughing uncontrollably. She looked humiliated and started crying. I told her to leave and that I was proceeding with the divorce. Staying would mean sacrificing my self-respect, and no relationship is worth that. My lawyer is finalizing the paperwork this week. I'm heartbroken but relieved. This isn't the future I wanted, but I know it's the right decision. So, am I the asshole for refusing to reconcile and choosing divorce?